Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you'll never see it again. Hey.
Old Town Road rapper Lil Nas X has been charged with battery on a police officer after he was arrested and hospitalized in Los Angeles.
You don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about does following the ritual work. Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one.
Rumor has it that Lil Nas X is the most recent celebrity to suffer a mental breakdown after selling his soul for fame, notwithstanding Katt Williams' apparent correctness on such humiliating procedures. Lil Nas X was caught wandering the streets of Los Angeles in the middle of the night, wearing only his white boxers and cowboy boots, and was detained for assaulting a police officer, in case you missed it. Oh wow. Several witnesses reported seeing a man acting strangely, and the police were summoned. As soon as the police officers showed up, Lil Nas also charged at them. Rumor has claimed that Lil Nas dead after being taken to the hospital. Dream Boy, Lil Nas's upcoming album, is certain to be a marketing gimmick, according to some fans. But why would any rational black man charge at the police for a publicity stunt? Someone is having trouble with something. According to another rumor now circulating online, Lil Nas was accused of morphing after performing a lap dance for the devil in that music video. In summary, it appears that he is coping with mental health problems. According to Katt Williams, this is precisely what occurs when you sell your soul to the devil. After Lil Nas pretended to be a kidnapped Jesus, sold shoes that contained real human blood, and performed for K claims that the devil has arrived to collect.
Can you do this dance with me? No. Let's take this picture.
All right. Where's the party?
Right. Lil Nas X's situation from last Thursday is shown here. Early on August 21st, Lil Nas was seen in Studio City by himself. His only clothing was boxers and cowboy boots, and he was whispering that he was going to a party. A time came when Lil Nas strode down the deserted street while sporting a big orange traffic cone. Additionally, he became increasingly unpredictable, to the extent that other witnesses independently called the police to report the incident. According to TMZ, when the cops arrived, they discovered Lil Nas X strolling down the center of the road. He lunged at them as they approached. The officers had to subdue him and put him in handcuffs. The officers also informed the paramedics that it could be an OD when they arrived. After being accused of attacking a police officer, Nas was taken to a hospital before being taken to Valley Jail in Van Nuys.
In custody 24 hours after his arrest for alleged battery of a police officer. This, as a report claims, he punched an officer in the face twice while roaming the LA streets in just underwear and cowboy boots. According to NBC News, when police arrived, Lil Nas X allegedly charged at them and threw the punches before he was forced to the ground and taken to the hospital for a suspected overdose. Cops later transported the 26-year-old to jail. There has been no comment.
Many people claim that the video doesn't demonstrate any signs of OD and that something else is happening. The statement, "He's having a mental breakdown," was made by a fan. "I don't think drugs are to blame. I believe he is losing his mind." Another comment read, "I wonder if he literally just escaped an industry party." There are still others who believe this is a publicity gimmick for Lil Nas's latest album, but it doesn't seem right to strike a police officer for publicity. Herein lies Katt Williams' part. Some contend, meanwhile, that this only validates Katt's view of entertainment industry practices. Katt contends that these famous people are only pawns being exploited to accomplish a particular goal. Additionally, you witness mental breakdowns and odds when people are desperate or have reached their breaking point.
I ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was gonna be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of.
However, is there a lesson for Katt in this tale, or is the concept of humiliation rites based on fact? Even though it's actually rather straightforward, when people hear about humiliation techniques in the entertainment industry, they instantly begin to conjure up conspiracy theories. Profit is always linked to control, and shame is a control technique. It holds celebrities accountable when they have to manage difficult situations behind the scenes. It's traumatized and monetized. As Kanye stated, profit from the artist and then subject them to some trauma to maintain control. Knowing that the individuals who sign their checks have the power to instantly destroy their career will make the artist more cautious about acting badly.
In Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize.
And the receipts are everywhere once you start looking for them. In the late 2000s, Britney Spears graced the stage of the tabloid circus. They gave her a strange appearance. However, they were using her children as leverage and giving her a lot of medication in the background. Millions were being made by her handlers by keeping her in check.
She's small! Oh my God! She's completely bald.
With each court appearance and social media outburst turning into a freak show for the public, Amanda Bynes has a recurring pattern of breakdowns.
Endangerment of second degree, attempted tampering with physical evidence, and unlawful possession of marijuana. Pre-sworn affidavit is signed, counsel waiting meetings on.
The adoption of such odd-shaming tactics by celebrities such as Doja Cat, Sam Smith, and Lil Nas X has also increased in recent years. Whether you think of it as an occult ritual or not, it is nonetheless the way the entertainment industry operates, using public humiliation to get revenue. In the case of Lil Nas X, in particular, some people think that this has a spiritual part. Since he began making fun of Jesus and using a lot of demon imagery in his films, he really became popular, based on the trajectory of his career. The first was Montero's music video for Call Me By Your Name. Lil Nas is seen dancing in Satan's lap before he is killed and takes over his realm. In the same year that Montero was set free, Lil Nas promised to release Satan's shoes featuring a bronze pentagram, an inverted cross, and a drop of actual human blood. It didn't take long for the sneakers to sell out. One of the biblical passages that inspired their $1,018 price tag is, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." 1 drop of human blood and more than 2 ounces of scarlet ink were put in the air bubble for every shoe. Members of the New York-based art collective Mischief, who collaborated with Lil Nas on the shoe's design, donated the blood. The sneakers made Lil Nas very angry, so he decided to take matters into his own hands. In a phony apology video he uploaded, Montero is shown dancing with the devil and accepting his crown. I answered, "Okay, that's right," acknowledging that the footwear has been the topic of conversation. I couldn't care less about the religious people who accused me of blasphemy because they never accepted me for who I am, Lil Nas X remarked. And he is. In reaction to the criticism, Lil Nas wrote this on X. "I hated myself during my adolescence because of what was expected of me due to my LGBT identity. I hope that you're upset. Get upset. Acknowledge our anger just as you teach it to us." However, it wasn't over yet. Lil Nas chose to be completely blasphemous. J Christ, a brand new song and music video, was also released by him last year. The single's cover image depicts Lil Nas as Jesus hanging on a cross. In addition, Lil Nas plays other biblical roles in the video, which he wrote and directed. The film also depicts him being crucified and briefly upside down on an inverted cross. In another clip, Lil Nas is depicted preparing what appear to be human body parts, but in reality, he is a demon in hell. He then puts on his sneakers and plays basketball with Satan while the action shifts. You can tell that by this time, however, people had grown weary of Lil Nas X controlling Christians with his fury. However, Lil Nas acknowledged his mistakes, suggesting that something happened to him following that Jesus video. He also disclosed that it had an impact on his mental health. "I know I made a huge mistake this time," stated the man. "I can pretend that I'm not upset, but it's clear that it's having an impact on my mental health. Taking away people's morals and everything is not my goal as a terrible devil. I'm not that person." Additionally, he said in a video that he was using Jesus as a metaphor for his return rather than making fun of him.
Didn't mean to like mock. This wasn't like a you to you people, you to the Christians. Like, you know, it was not that. It was literally me saying, oh, I'm back like Jesus. Like, that was like the whole thing. I'm not the first person to dress up as Jesus. I'm not the first rapper. I'm not the first.
On the other hand, some fans thought the apology was a PR stunt and didn't think it was sincere. However, Lil Nas remains incarcerated due to his collision with a police officer. It doesn't look like a publicity stunt this time either. However, fans have differing opinions about the specifics of what transpired. Some claim that Lil Nas is obviously struggling with mental health difficulties and that it's karma, while others believe it's the devil coming to collect. Blaming it on Baphomet rituals, the industry, the devil, or anything else people want to associate with celebrities is even more absurd. Lil Nas X is a prime example of why you should never mock or play with God, a member of X stated. In response, another user wrote, "Lil Nas X is a perfect example of how mental health issues in the black community, especially for the black LGBT community, go untreated and unconsidered. An intruder is what you are. Despite your strong opposition to the LGBT community, you disregard the local graphic artist or PDF file in your family or neighborhood. However, I would like to speak with you right away. What do you suppose Lil Nas's circumstances were? Do you agree with Katt? Or do you think her opinions about industrial rituals are over the top? Is this related to mental health? Or is there another aspect to it? In the comments box below, please express your ideas. I hope to see you in the next video.